Hello and welcome to Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. So today on Chef Carter's Cooking Corner, we are making pizza margherita. And this is a recipe that I learned in Naples, Italy. So what I'm doing now is I'm making pizza crust or pizza dough. And so, I have a recipe already, so I kind of rushed through this. But pizza dough is really simple. It's basically yeast, salt, sugar, and flour and water. And so basically what I used here, it was like a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of sugar, a packet of yeast. Although in Italy, they only use like a teaspoon of yeast, but they let it rise for like 2 to 3 days. And so it actually collects the natural yeast in the air. But I wanted to eat my pizza today. So I added the full packet, which is usually about a tablespoon, if memory serves. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm kneading and I'm adding flour as I go. And usually it takes about 3 to 4 cups of flour. And I used about 1 cup of water. I think I used a little bit more than 1 cup because I really don't measure. But if you do, I'll have the recipe at the bottom in the comment section or description area. All right. So, as you can see, I'm scraping the sides and I'm kneading. And I actually let it stay a little sticky because it was a humid day and this dough just seemed like no matter how much flour I was adding, it was still going to be a little sticky. And that's okay. If your dough is a little sticky, not too sticky, but you can see it's a little sticky. And then I put a little bit of oil, probably about 2 tablespoons of olive oil on top. And then I shaped it into a ball and I'm going to put it in the very bowl I need it in. I'm going to cover it. You can use a towel, or if you're fortunate like me and the lid fits like that, that works. All right, so I'm going to let it double in size because I actually had, I think I let it rise for 5 hours that day. And so once it doubles in size, what I did was I punched it down and then I set it aside for 2 hours. All right. So this picture right here is of a wood oven in Naples, Italy. And I went on an excursion to make pizza. We did gelato too. And so the chef here, he's stoking the fire, and you're going to see exactly how hot this is. Even though it's a still picture, look how bright red that is. Like he already had the fire going. It was just low and slow. Well, anyway, the next video is going to be of my friend making her pizza in Naples, Italy. All right, so I don't have a video of me making my pizza, but here is a still shot of me doing my pizza. And this is the pizza I made. It was really good, y'all. It was actually, I got complimented by the people who work there. It was like an Italian complimented my pizza. So here I am doing the topping for my pizza margherita. So these tomatoes, I can't quite remember what they're called, but they're really good and flavorful. So you can use whatever tomato you like. And so what I'm doing is I'm putting an X at the bottom of each tomato. And that's because I want to peel them. Now, you don't really have to peel them, but it does give it a little better texture. All right, and I'll show you how that gets finished in just a second. Now, I'm getting some fresh basil. So I ordered a bunch of basil, but this is what I ended up getting from my order. But that's okay because now I can grow my own basil. Well, I did kind of over trim it, but it'll be able to come back. All right, that basil. Oh my gosh, basil is so good, y'all. Fresh basil like that. All right, so I got my basil trimmed. Back to my tomatoes. Now I'm pouring hot water over the tomatoes, and you can let them sit for a couple minutes. Some people put them in simmering water, but this works just fine for me, you know. And then that's one way to make sure that you don't end up cooking your tomatoes. All right, and so see how easily that it comes off? So it just peels right off, the skin does. All right, so you guys get kind of the hint of it. So peel that off. All right, you don't need to see me do each tomato. So once you get the tomatoes peeled, then you want to go ahead and slice them. All right, last one. All right, so cleanup time. Very quick there. All right, so there we go. I just did it and cut them into 3 pieces. So again, you can use larger tomatoes. Those just have great flavor. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of oil on the pan, and this is optional to line it with foil. It just makes for a cleaner way to cook it in your oven. It's quicker to clean up. And then I spread the oil with a brush, and then I took half my dough. And if you don't use all of your dough, you can put it in the refrigerator and use it within a couple days, or you can put it in the freezer and use it within the next couple months. All right, so if you saw what I did, I put the dough down and then I flipped it so the oil is on both sides of the dough, so it's easier to spread out, so it's not so sticky on your hands. And then once you get it to the thickness you want, now it's time to put the toppings on. Now, pizza margherita is very simple. It's basically mozzarella, basil, and tomato. Although I changed it up and I use provolone cheese. And provolone is more prevalent in the Miami Valley area, which is where I'm from. And provolone is just really good to me. But I grew up on it, and that's like one of our most popular pizzerias. Pizza King uses provolone. So I like mozzarella too, but to me, provolone has a better flavor. So to make the pizza margherita, you just put your tomatoes on, and you could even crush your tomatoes as well. It's up to you. So tomatoes, after the cheese, and then the basil goes on top, and there we go, the pizza margherita. So pizza margherita is named after Queen Margherita from Italy, and she was married to King Umberto I, and he actually forbade her from eating pizza, but she decided, you know what, I'm going to eat some pizza. And so when I was in Italy, they told us the story about how Queen Margherita, she kept seeing everyone eating pizza, so she took a servant. Now, this does vary from other stories I've read online, but this is the story I was told while I was in Naples, Italy. So basically, Queen Margherita, she wanted the pizza, and her husband said, "That's peasant food. You don't want that." And so she sent her servant out to find someone to make her pizza. And then the servant found someone, and the man was so honored to be making pizza for Queen Margherita that he made the pizza in the colors of Italy. So the cheese is white, tomato red, and the basil green. So that's how the pizza margherita was born, according to my tour guide in Naples, Italy. All right, well, thank you for stopping by Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time, y'all. Take care.